Good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. This is Recoup Daily Stand Up. Today is our Monday check in where we talk about what we're going to be shipping this week. I am Sweets. I'm trying to stop using the word shipping. So I put on the board. If you're watching this, leave a comment down below with how many times I say the word shipping during this video. And this is Sid. And today we are talking about what we're delivering for this week. On my side, I have been starting. My focus is on getting our catalog evals up to a higher number. So while that's loading, I'll talk about what I have been working on so far. I've got this new songs section of the docs. So if you go to docs.recoupable.com/songs, we've got songs, catalogs, and catalog songs. Songs, you can store your songs. All you have to do is give us an array of ISRC codes, and then we store those. You've got a get endpoint that allows you to retrieve songs. You can look them up by ISRC. So get a specific song by ISRC. Or if you want to get Sid said, hey, can we get all songs by an artist? We also have included an artist account ID so that you can look up all songs by an account artist ID. You can pass in information about ISRC name, album, and lyrics. I've given these fields in case ISRC doesn't look up, but right now our songs is totally oriented around an ISRC code. So any song that is not registered with ISRC does not fit within our current mental model. If I'm thinking wrong, this is a point where I might need to take a step back. Sid, if we do want to be more inclusive of songs that are not registered with ISRC, I need to redesign this a little bit. But so far I've been thinking the catalog that the customer that we're orienting this around has ISRC codes. They've registered all their music. And so I think that's how we want to orient it. I'll pause there. Sid, is this a poor architecture? Should I be orienting around something other than ISRC? Or do we agree that every song in the catalogs will have an ISRC? And if they haven't registered, they should register before you putting it inside of the Recoup catalog system?
I agree that this is a good place to start. I agree that if they don't have an ISRC, that should trigger a different agent that we will build in a different sprint, which gets them an ISRC and gets them to the point in which they can start to build a catalog.
Awesome. So jumping over to the evals, the eval that I'm focused on is catalog opportunity, which I've already got selected. It has so far been stable below 10 before the weekend. I have not checked today. So it looks like it's had a couple jump ups to like 16 or 17%, but then it'll drop down to 0. So it's still unstable. But overall, we have a new high of 24%. But this is without me making any changes. So I've updated the API. I've also updated our database. We have a table for songs, which is right here. This is what I've been working on. We also have a table for catalogs. We also have a table for catalog songs, account catalogs. What else do we have? Catalog songs. I believe there's artist songs or song artists. So the tables that I have not built anything in yet are song artists nor catalog songs. Both of those depend on songs being built. But jumping back over to the API, so songs has 2 endpoints, a get and a post. You can retrieve songs looking them up by ISRC or account artist ID, or you can post them using just ISRC. And what I'm going to be doing next, taking an ISRC, we can then use the Spotify API to fill in the missing data. And so when people give us a catalog and it has incomplete info, we can, just using that ISRC code, look it up in the Spotify API and then get back a much more robust set of info and start to augment catalogs that record labels might have been saying, oh, one day we'll update it with valid info or we'll make it more robust. And just by using Recoup, we will be doing that automatically in the back end for songs so that you can upload your existing catalog. We will process it and backfill in data that is missing. And then you can export it from Recoup either in CSV or in TXT file. And then you can just use our system to improve your current managing of your catalogs. Catalog, we have 3 different endpoints, a get, a post, and a delete. You can retrieve with the get. It gets you a list of catalogs that are linked to your account. You can use the post to create a new catalog or link an existing catalog to another account. And then you can use the delete to unlink it unlink a catalog from your account, or if it's been unlinked from all accounts, it will delete the catalog, and then it'll also delete any songs that are associated, not songs, but the catalog songs, so the relationship between a song and a catalog. The final one is catalog songs. Get, post, and delete. Use the get to get given a catalog all the songs that are within it using pagination, because if there's tens or hundreds or millions of songs, we need to be able to paginate over that. That's one of the hard things that we found with the LLM right now, is chucking an entire batch of catalog songs into an LLM is too much. And so we can now build tools, and other people can build MCPs around these endpoints that already include pagination to make it easy to get the size of context that you want when you are using this to create and curate opportunities around a catalog. The post allows you to batch add songs to a catalog by ISRC. So, hey, I've got this catalog for Warner Music. I want to add all these songs into the catalog. Just give us an array of ISRC codes, the name of your catalog or the ID of your catalog, and then boom, you've grouped them all together. And then you can use delete to batch delete songs from a catalog by ISRC. That is everything I've done so far. I've been working through this, started with the Supabase, then I did the docs, start with the end in mind for the docs, define what the end developers are going to be building on. And now I'm working through the actual API. I've already built in the API. I've already done all of the catalog endpoints, the post, get, and delete. I'm now on the songs API. And I've built out a couple more points that I didn't think about before, like backfilling data with Spotify, associating a song with an artist. And then after that, I'm going to be doing the catalog songs. And then following that, all the tools. So once we have the API that any dev can build on, our front-end recoupable client will build tools that will call those API endpoints to be able to interact with that. These tools are what's going to ultimately increase this. So all of this work is to build these tools, and these tools will then increase this eval. So by Wednesday, I should have all these tools built. And so that means that on Wednesday, we should see stable and higher numbers. I would estimate between 60 and 80% on the low end for a stable reading for this eval. With that, I'll pass it over to you, Sid. What are you focused on this week?
Focused on customer calls. I had one this morning with Molly, who was the
person that asked for this.
No, the person who asked last week for, or questioned the UI of, am I doing something wrong, or should I just wait, or
search? Yeah. So we didn't get that ship, or we didn't. That was another one. We didn't deliver that like we had said we were going to.
Yeah, that's okay though. I walked through some workflows that she had requested. A lot of it was around video and content creation, so I'll start to work towards that manually, and then we can turn it into an agent after we get the stuff done. Those are my main focuses: customer calls, that, and then what was it? The retention metrics, making sure that they are more realistic and harder to reach, because right now they're easier to reach. And then, how is Verbal doing? Is he knows what he's supposed to be doing this week?
My communication with him around the end of the week was asking him why he delivered what he did, and he under-delivered. He didn't deliver 11 points, so I've given him a warning before he goes on a probation of under-delivering based off of expectations. Today, it looks like he only has 2 tickets. One of them is feedback on a pull request that he had already written around adding image placeholders when the image is loading, just a code refactor around, again, a task that nobody asked for. And then refactoring files to reuse the text component. I had mentioned this to you when we were reviewing. He had written a bunch of pull requests for something that I had thought that already existed. Thinking about it more, I think the reason he did all that is because you had told him to written Supabase files. Knowledge base is built on Arweave file storage, and the new Supabase files is a different file storage. And so because we are now supporting 2 different files, he decided to build another set of components around that. I think this highlights the reason we don't want to support diverging feature sets. And I think one of the reasons Zora has been successful is as they focus on a new set, they totally deprecate the old set and fully focus on what they want to focus on. Personally, I think where we want to be is free is on Arweave. Paid, you get the option to go private.
Agreed.
Private is inside of our Supabase, but so I think all files should by default go onto Arweave, and only if they are enterprise and they have elected to be private should we use Supabase storage. It sounds like you agree.
Agree. Great.
And
Great.
that's going to allow Veerball to always build on Arweave first, and then for specifically our enterprise customers, use Supabase libs. That way we're still following Arweave is the principle. That's our foundation. It's on chain. It's permanent. If people are paying and they want private, we support those features as well, but that should allow us to continue to keep our component set consistent. Does that answer your question around what I have not communicated with Veerball? I've been focusing on delivering my own tasks. This is getting to the edge of my capacities where new dev came in, Ziad, more devs need my time. I also need to deliver my own tasks. How do I balance the difference between I need to communicate and manage all these devs that need micromanaged, and I also have tasks that I need to write code for. This is something that I need to work on. So I need to communicate with Veerball. I will make a note to do that today so that I do it before end of day today.
Cool. And when you communicate with him, just remind him about the Slack bug channel. Because currently everything is still in the backlog. So I don't know if he's worked on it. I don't know if he's seen any of them. I don't know if he knows that he is supposed to be working on the bugs. But yeah, we have that channel for bugs. All right, cool. With that, I appreciate you shipping. I got to jump to another call, but hit me up. We'll talk on Wednesday.